A very common irrational behavior is called availability bias. Availability bias refers to people putting too much weight on what they have seen or heard in person and ignore the base rate. For example, when 911 occurred in the United States, a lot of Americans have become fearful of flying and chose to drive when they go out. However, statistically, the chance of being killed on the road is much, much higher than the chance of being killed in a hijacked plane. According to Professor Gigerenza, he estimated that there were an additional 1,600 lives being lost on American roads in the 12 months after 911 due to the fear of Americans flying. The availability bias is also commonly observed in the financial world. For example, in Google search, you can observe that the term Alibaba reached a climax in September when the company was preparing for an IPO. So obviously at that time, most of the world media was covering heavily on the story of Alibaba and Taobao and the story of its founder, Jack Ma. And this has enticed a lot of investors into buying the company stock. And some of them might even be thinking that they are not only buying a stock of Alibaba, but buying into their Chinese dream. However, numerous studies show that it's not necessarily a profitable strategy to buy into IPOs. For example, a study provided by Professor Ritter, who assessed the IPO returns from 1970 to 2010, showed that no matter how long you look at the IPO return after 1, 2, 3, or 5 years, such a strategy to buy IPOs in the US will always trail a very simple strategy of buy and hold a passive index. It refers to the investor's behavior to look at only the short-term past. For example, back in July 1999, according to a Weber and Gallup survey, those investors with less than 5 years of experience expected the stock market to return more than 20% in the next 10 years to come every year. Those seasoned investors who have at least 20 years of investor experience expected the equity market to return a minimum of 12% for the next 10 years to come after 1999. In reality, S&P has returned during 1999 and 2009 an annual return of -4%.